Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon, and this is going to be my angel card collection. Okay, the collection for the angel cards is not that large, so let's get started. This is the Angel Tarot. Now, of course, I should have shown this with the tarot card collection, but I don't consider this a tarot deck, and it's angel cards. I like to keep the angel stuff separate. Their energy is very different from the tarot. So here are the backs. Very, very, very pretty. This is a really pretty deck, by the way. And the edges are silver. And the messages are really nice. They're positive. But you'll have like the Four of Air, which is also known as the Four of Swords. You'll have a really pretty image, which is, I believe, they are, oh, they're just horse. No, they're unicorns. Unicorns. Ah, the stupid camera, it doesn't focus right. And then you'll have like the message at the very bottom. So it's a really pretty deck. I don't work with it too often, but when I do, the messages that come through are really, they're necessary. I use this deck a lot for my husband. He likes angels and all that too, so I read for him a lot with this deck. I've read for myself a lot with this deck, but for other clients, it just depends. It really just depends on the energy, and I hardly ever feel called to use this deck, but I love it anyway. Let's see. The other deck I never use is Heart and Soul Angel Cards. This is a more intuitive reading deck, just like some of the other ones I've shown. So the cards themselves they're rather small. The backs are like this, so real geometric shapes. And then you'll have just an image of an animal. Some are just light looking images, which is, you know, some people say that's what the angels are like lights. But just intuitive. So whatever comes to mind, however you feel when you're seeing these images coming through. There's a guidebook that comes with the cards, but like I said, I have not read with them. But I have them in my collection because I wanted them. Sometimes that's just what you do. You just purchase a deck because you want it, but you don't necessarily use it. I also have Angels of Atlantis. This deck I have used a few times for client readings, for certain angel readings that they'll order. It's a really nice deck to use. So the backs, I wasn't too crazy about the backs of the cards. It has the name of the cards on the backs. It's pretty. I mean, I love the stars and all of that. But I'm just not too crazy about having like the name of the deck on the back of the card. I don't know. And then you'll have the name of the angel, an image, and then the message at the bottom with a large black border around the cards. And the cards are very glossy, but really pretty and really cool messages. I think I've done free readings with this deck before too. But that is the Angels of Atlantis. And they don't fit in the box too well. Okay, now we have Doreen Virtues, Mary, Queen of Angels. This is one of my favorites. I work with Mother Mary all the time. I love her. And so this deck was given to me by one of my followers on Tumblr. And this was back when I was going by Luna Hour. So I don't even know. I wonder if this follower still follows me. I hope she does. But anyway, she gifted me this deck because she did not connect with it, and I did, and I really wanted it. So she gave them to me. Here are the backs. So you have beautiful Mama Mary with the baby Jesus. And then you'll have your message at the top, a picture, and then the bigger message on the bottom. I love to use these cards for blessing readings. I use them for my angel readings sometimes for insight. And then I also have a Blessed Virgin Mary reading that I'll do. So it just depends. It really depends on the client if they feel comfortable with me using them. I do not use these cards for just anybody. It has to be a client that really wants me to work with Mama Mary. I won't use them for other people because not everybody has the same connection with her. These are the Archangel Michael cards. Michael the Archangel is my favorite archangel out of all of them. I have been told by a reader that Gabriel is my archangel, which would make sense because Gabriel is the archangel of water, and I work with water all the time. And I love, and for some reason, there's just this connection with the name Gabriel. I know that that's what's going to be my baby boy's name whenever I have a baby boy. But Michael is the angel that I work with a lot more because of his protection and his shielding. So I had to buy this deck because it was devoted to him. And I love it. And again, a lot of these cards I don't use for just anybody. It has to be a particular person who is into a particular thing because I don't want to offend anybody. So here's the backs of the cards. So obviously it's Michael. And then the edges are gold. Doreen Virtue, this is another of, I have so many of her decks. I love Doreen Virtue. I'm one of those. She does a lot of real pretty colors and gilded edges. So this is just one of those examples. So you'll have, you know, the message at the top and there's a prayer at the bottom. So that's really cool. It's different. Instead of just having the basic message, you have a whole prayer. But they're all, it's like advice from Michael. So working with Michael a lot, I had to have his deck. Why not? And then I have, I'll do all the Doreen Virtue decks, and then I'll just do my last one. So the next one I have is Doreen Virtue, the Angel Answers. This deck is so pretty. So I've seen this deck a lot at Barnes & Noble, and I never purchased it until a few months ago when I finally was like, fuck it, I'm just going to get it. I want the deck. And I'm really glad that I did, because if you ever offer free readings on your blog, which I do every once in a while, I will get yes, no questions more frequently than I do anything else. So this is a good deck to pull out when you're getting yes, no questions. Because the answers, here's the backs of them. The answers on the cards are very blunt. So some of them will say forgiveness, like that one says forgiveness. This one will say choose a new direction. Remain positive. And then you'll have some that'll say wait. It's up to you. That's what I love about it. It's like the messages are just so perfect. There's a couple actually. There's more than one. You'll have like yes. And then you'll have reconsider. And then you'll have some that'll say no. So it's kind of cool. It's a really fun deck to work with. I love it for the yes no questions. So I think I'm going to be offering some free yes no question readings just for the hell of it, because every once in a while it's nice to pull out this deck of cards and work with it. Then I have the Romance Angels. This is one of my newer decks that I purchased. Romance Angels is a really lovely deck to use for love readings. The energy is really romantic, obviously. So here's the backs of the cards. And they are glossy, of course. And then you have the golden edges again. And then you'll have the word, the picture, and then the message. So as you can see, very focused on love energies, dating, single. So these are cards that I would definitely pull out to use for love readings. I'm really excited to do that because every once in a while I'll get clients that'll email me for custom readings, which I do, and I'll put together a reading for you. But now that I have these cards, instead of just using the tarot, I'm going to start using Oracle for my readings, my love readings, because you just get a whole different type of a reading with the Oracle cards, especially with the angel ones too. So that's cool. I'm going to have a whole new deck just for readings about love and relationships. This is my favorite. Archangel Oracle cards. This is probably my favorite deck out of all of my angel cards. And because of that is you work with the archangels. So here are the backs. These cards are thicker cardstock. And you'll have the message, you'll have an image at the top, the message, and then there you go, some insight on what archangel is coming through. That's why I love it so much, because there's so many different archangels out there, and Doreen Virtue will introduce you to all of them. So this one is Raguel. And then you also have the basic, you know, Michael the Archangel, like the one that most people are familiar with. But then you'll have a couple that you don't, like this one's Zadkiel. So they'll give their own insight, their own messages. That's why I love this deck. It's just so different. So I love it. It makes me happy. As you can tell, my energy changes with this deck. And, you know, and I noticed that a lot with the angel cards. The tarot and the oracle, it's different. It's more, it just depends on the energy of the client that I'm reading for. But with the angel cards, it's so hard to be negative. It's so hard to be sad when you have angel cards in front of you. And that's why I think I love them so much, is because the energy with the angel cards is so positive. And you have to have positivity in your life, you guys. So I just feel like I'm just rambling on about that, but I'm serious. Like the whole demeanor of yourself will change based on having these cards. The last deck I'm going to show you, this is the Oracle of Angels. This was my very first angel card deck that I ever owned. And I purchased it at a crystal shop. And here are the backs of the cards. Really, really pretty. And then you'll have a gorgeous image. And then you'll have a word. This deck is one of my favorites. Strength. I've even I've even gotten a couple of my followers, I think on Instagram, one of them, she purchased this deck because of the images that I was posting. She was loving it. So it's very uplifting. It's very positive. It's very filled with light. So like I said, you guys, if you've never been interested in angel cards, but you're looking for something positive and uplifting, and you do like working with the angels, or you are interested in the angels, I highly recommend getting an angel deck. It doesn't have to be Doreen Virtue, but Doreen Virtue does have a large amount of angel decks. But it doesn't have to be Doreen Virtue. Like I said, I found this one, and it's not Doreen Virtue. It's by Mario Duguay. But angel decks just have a very different vibe to them. So I really want to put emphasis on that because it's so true. At least I think it's true. So anyways, you guys, I have my cute little heart quartz. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys if you watched the whole video all the way through, all three of them. I just wanted to show you guys my collection because a lot of people are very curious about it. And my collection has definitely grown the last 3 years. So that is my collection of cards. If you're interested in wanting to see more of any of the ones I just showed, let me know and I will definitely make a separate video just based on that card deck, okay? Thanks you guys, and I'll see you guys later.